Come back. We are back. The Football Connect is back. I'm your host, Sam, in a rainy weather. It's been raining today. We are talking Manchester City 1, Brentford 2. Ivan Toney, the guy that Southgate did not pick to go for the England World Cup. If England goes out, if they miss strikers who finish chances, they're gonna regret not choosing this kid because this guy is really, really, really good. Let's talk about the game though. One thing that happened today, Manchester City met their, should I say their game, or met in the players that has enough to fight with them in terms of stamina. So it means the other players had no chance. As for Haaland, I have no idea how the manager of Brentford set it, but it looks like there was a player who was dealing with Haaland and did make sure that his mission was to get Haaland out of the game, and doing that helped them to do whatever they did against the City. Should I say that they were humiliated? Should I say they were stunned? Or what? What do you think? They were given 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes since the 90 minutes to have a chance to come back in the game, to get something into the game. But look at it. It ended up Brentford 2, Manchester City 0. Now talking about the stats of the game, it's really hard to talk about a City game, to try to analyze how the game was set up. What I can tell you is that Brentford had many players at the back. They had a lot of players at the back who were stopping the attack of Manchester City. And one thing that you have to understand about Brentford, the way they play, they are a team that does not require, what should I say, that you can play with tactics. It's harder to break down a team like Brentford because what they do is that they come with you and they'll be in their numbers, which kind of kills form out of the equation, which kind of kills those easy passes, those openings. It's hard for any team that plays opening football, that opens teams up. It's hard to open against Brentford because they have this high, strong and hard-working men, which whenever they are pulled behind the ball, they will do by all means to fight and to stop a team from doing anything, which forced Haaland to be out of the equation because it was very hard for the midfielders of Manchester City to pass those long spaces balls, because every time whenever Haaland was trying to open, he was failing to get the chance to actually run away from a Brentford defender. And at the same time, it was hard for a player to kick it because it was being blocked before it goes anyway. The goalkeeper of Brentford also did so well. It was funny. It was my first time to see Manchester City to play for the first 20 minutes without a shot on target. Have you ever seen that? Without a shot on target. And also on top of that, on top of not having a shot on target, they were playing a team that were attacking, that were causing problems. That in the first half, Edison's saves are the one that kept the team in. For the first time in an entire game, we can actually positively confirm that Manchester City came into it and the Haaland left without even having a shot at goal. And to say a player in the state and in the confidence that Haaland is in went out of the game without even a shot on target or without even a shot at goal. Let me just say it like that. Without even a shot at goal. That tells you everything about the game. That tells you about how Brentford had set up their team and how much they knew how to disturb and destroy Manchester City. There is a lot that can come, people. A lot of things can change. But at this moment, people, Manchester City are in the mud. In fact, to be honest, they were outclassed by Brentford. What do I say? They were outclassed by Brentford. I know they had the position of the ball, they had everything. But what Brentford did, which they offered, which Manchester City could not respond to, was actually stopping all the attacks of Man City from actually producing something meaningful. On top of that was to actually break down and stop their lethal strikers or their lethal players from playing. I don't remember, I can literally count the amount of times that actually Man City, Kevin De Bruyne was able to cross it inside the 18 area. Most of the times they were trying, it was failing. They were trying, it was failing most of the time. And in fact, the larger amount of the time they were trying and it was failing. So the only time that they got a shot on target, they got a cross from De Bruyne, it was actually reaching to another Brentford player who is tall and can stop those long balls from going anyway. So the only way to break down a team like Brentford is to play the game on the down, like on the ground. That's the only way to stop them. And the only way to not do anything meaningful with them is to try to play the long balls. So what happened was this: Manchester City, as much as they were trying, they were failing going down low, so which was forcing them to take the balls up top. And up top, it's the territory of the Brentford defenders, midfielders, even strikers. So it means that everything that they were trying, which was meaningful, had no any production at the end of the game. So it was a hard-fought game. Brentford gave it their all. Manchester City tried to do something, didn't produce anything meaningful, and he made the whole game, an entire game, exciting. So I'm wondering, what does this mean for Guardiola? And is this the momentum that Arteta needed to at least finish the first half of the Premier League before the World Cup, going at least with some amount of points on top of City? Because now if they win, they're going to be 5 points ahead of Manchester City, and they'll pass Christmas at the top of the league. So this just becomes exciting. This just changed the whole entirety of what was supposed to happen in the Premier League, of what people were expecting of the Premier League. This changes the whole game. We're in the end game now, and the end game may be of stopping Man City from dominating the entire world in terms of how they play football. So I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about the game? What do you think City needs to do now next time to find a way to break down? I told the people, I have to say this before I go, I told the people that Manchester City for a long time now, they have not been playing good football. What they have just been doing was actually getting chances to score goals, then they sit back and just try to use their class to make sure that the pitch is longer for the players, for the other team to do anything meaningful. But in terms of football, real football, like what we are used to seeing from Guardiola, they've been very, very terrible. And we don't blame Arteta for taking advantage of that. We don't blame Arteta for taking advantage of that. So the question is this: what's next for the citizens, and what's next? What do you think of Brentford? Now I have a question to those people who are making fun of Manchester United being humiliated by Brentford. What is the difference between what happened to Manchester United and what happened to City? If somebody said they were humiliated with 5 goals, no, City did not score goals, but they were scored more goals. So what is the difference? Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Ivan Toney would have had a hat-trick. Against the mighty Guardiola Man City, could have had a hat-trick. So say something. Say something meaningful. I'm out, people. Click the like button, subscribe to the Football Connect. If you click here, I think you'll watch my video where I was talking about. I even forgot what I was talking about. Just click it. It's exciting either way. If you click here, you watch my big match preview and reviews. I'm out. I think I should make this a big match preview. Exciting. Be blessed.